chose the material because it actually works a lot in the same ways that metal does, and I've been working with metal pretty much since I started making sculpture. But the plastic just gives it another dynamic of being transparent, and it also gives the repetition of the mechanical fasteners that are used to put them together. Well, what it is, it's just kind of a contradiction of form and process and material. It's more of an organic form, but it's created with more of an industrial type of process. So,
I mean, there's so many pieces to it.
well, this piece took 3 months to make all the individual pieces. And then I brought it here in little squares and I put it together, and it took 2 full days, probably about 20 hours to assemble. So what I like to do is kind of question the boundaries between artwork and art viewer. The way I look at it is once a piece of sculpture is interacted with, it brings a new kind of life to it. The way I look at it is like these are more like living sculpture, living art, while the rest, the pedestal kind of freestanding pieces, are more like monuments to the general idea of lifeless sculpture. They're beautiful, but they're reminiscent of the interactive works. Well,
Can I go into it much?
it's not really about the color so much as the form and the transparency. The different colors of the different products that are available are generally chosen because of how transparent they are and how many different layers that are going to go into the design. I don't think of it as one piece of plastic. I think of it as all the different pieces of plastic that you're going to be seeing through before you get to see all the way through the final piece. So, well, I've been working with the idea of interactive work and kind of pushing the boundaries between artwork and art viewer really probably for about 5 years. I've been working with the plastic in these types of forms probably for the last 2.5 years. I think that's probably the oldest piece, and I did that in 2005. So since then, I've got some a lot of different directions that I'm going to go in the future. I mean, I'll always kind of question the idea of how art is viewed and how the art gallery kind of system works. I really don't like the idea that people aren't supposed to touch things in art galleries, and I kind of like to change the atmosphere. That's why I bring straw, and it brings other senses into the end of the work, smell, and with straw you can even like kind of feel its presence because like people are allergic to it. I mean, you can tell that it's there, and I really like to complicate the work by incorporating different senses. But I'll be moving in different directions. I've got work that has nothing to do with this stuff as well. I mean, I've done work with different materials. This is just a body of work that I put together for this show. So it's another contradiction of the material because it does look fragile. People think of transparent materials as being weak, like they could break, but you know, this is what they use to make safety glasses. I mean, it's a really strong material. Once it gets to about ½ inch thick, that's what they use to make bulletproof windows. So I mean, it's a tough material, and I really like that contradiction that it doesn't look that way. That it can look fragile, but it's not. I mean, even the plastic ones, I've had people ride those before, and they're fine. They're not. Like, these aren't made for that. They're not designed. They'd be really dangerous for people to ride them. But, I mean, they could hold up to it. I mean, I did have people ride that in the past. I just don't want it here, so.